Okay, well, sorry. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Episode 11 of season 2. We're here with Kevin Day. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
Local
having me.
pickleball player. What is going on with my microphone? You guys, we've had a rough start today. I'm a fucking mess. And now it's even worse. I thought we were ready to go, and then I messed up with the microphone. Anyways, we're here with Kevin Day. Thank you. Play pickleball, racquetball. You're like a racquetball star. We're excited to get to know you. But we'll start out with our highs and lows, and you guys know the drill.
Yeah.
Rob, you're up.
We'll start with the lows. I'm still in that funk from last week, in a sense. Maybe even 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like mild depression. I feel bad for myself because I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like today, I woke up at 8:30. I went down, sat on the couch, but I was like, I have nothing to do. And I feel like I always need to be doing something, producing something. And so I'm really hard on myself when I don't.
If you need things to do, I got a whole fucking list of things you can help me with.
But I mean, I did create 2 new shirts,
that's great.
shirt designs. And then me and Des, we finished a TV series.
Ooh, which one?
Oh man, why'd I even bring it up? Because now my brain just went blank. It's a horror one on Netflix.
A horror one?
Yeah.
Horror.
Not W.
Oh.
Horror.
Yeah.
With an H.
With an H.
Hard H.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay. Well, it was
Anyway,
good, though?
it was actually
binge-worthy?
good.
Okay.
Yeah. Very strange. It was hard to follow at points in time, but that's what made it really good.
Sounds like I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah.
No.
I don't do horror.
You don't either?
No, I love it. But
I like Ted Lasso, like feel-good shows.
yeah. No, those make me feel good.
How?
Well, they're having horrible things done to them, and it's not being done to me. And I get a kick out of it because I'm just like, oh, why'd you do that? It's the old trope of like, oh, I hear a noise, but I know people are dying. Let me go check it out. Like, you idiot. Like, why would you do that? You know, kind of a thing. I don't know. I grew up watching horror movies as a kid. The first movie my dad ever let me rent, and I was like 6 or 7, was Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
And it scared the living crap out of me.
Yeah.
But I fell in love with horror movies. H, not W. From then. And then my aunt, anytime I would go visit my dad, we'd usually stay at my aunt's house. And she had wall-to-wall of horror movies, like B-rates, cult classics, new ones. And so every night we would watch a horror movie. I would get to pick it.
Really?
And so I just love horror movies.
No, it wasn't
like,
for me.
Old slashers, like psychological ones. I just love them. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I like thrillers and suspense, but not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Saw.
Oh, Saws are so good. Yeah.
Okay.
When it gets too gory, I can't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get way into it.
If it's realistic, and I go into these movies knowing that's not realistic, so it doesn't bother me as much.
You have that mindset.
But this TV show, there was a part in this TV show that I cringed. Like I was like squinting my eyes.
Well, they're not realistic, but I think what messes with me is I'm like, somebody's messed up head created this.
Yeah.
Meaning like you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
Yeah.
And not that like people aren't loving that stuff and people are very creative and great, but then I'm like, people are going to watch this and then they're getting ideas of what they can do.
I think those people have already had those. I mean, yeah.
This is why I don't go to haunted houses. We've talked about this. I'm like, there's going to be a real chainsaw.
Yeah. Like that, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think it's always been a thing. I mean, look at the things that Ed Gein did to women, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know.
I do know.
And I'm not going to go into it.
To...
But he didn't have TV or anything that, I mean, he did have news clippings of stuff that was happening during World War II and the Holocaust and things like that that helped spur that excitement. But that stuff was already in him. Right. That evil was already in
brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the evil's going to already be there. But if the idea comes from a movie, it's not like it wouldn't have happened. It maybe just happened a different way.
It's true.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Anyways.
But anyway, yeah. So a high would be I bought a new gun and it's freaking awesome. I'm going to go coyote hunting now.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You're hunting dogs?
Coyotes, yes, that are a nuisance. Yeah.
Canines.
A nuisance?
They are, yeah.
Are they?
Cattle
How?
and stuff like that. They kill cattle.
Oh, yeah.
Pets.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can get
what
money
kind of
for
gun
it too.
then?
I just bought a M4 Daniel's Defense.
Cool.
Yeah, 5.56. So it's really nice.
Yeah.
Got it in Salt Lake. Went to a gun show yesterday to pick up some ammo and stuff like that. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. I got to trick it out a little bit more, but yeah.
Are you going to get it wrapped? Those M4s look sick.
It already has camo. It's black.
It's black camo? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's sexy.
Okay.
It is really nice.
I carried an M4 the whole time I was in Afghanistan.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And an M9. I carried 2 weapons at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's me, guys. I'm cool.
That's cool.
She's hardcore.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm very scary.
And then I got my Utah driver's license finally. I was holding out because mine doesn't expire. My Pennsylvania one doesn't expire until 2027.
And you have to learn how to drive on roads instead of like dirt roads now.
Yeah, it's tough. The 21 years in the Air Force, it was all dirt roads.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's kind of exciting. But then again, now I have to buy out-of-state hunting tags when I go back to Pennsylvania, which is going to be like twice the cost or more. So that's going to suck.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever.
But then now you can hunt coyotes here in Utah. For the half the price.
Yep. I can do, yeah.
Are you a hunter?
No.
So yeah, those are my highs and lows.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool.
Yeah. You're up.
My turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. For the lows, yesterday, so I'm not a huge morning person. I do like to play pickleball in the mornings, but I clash with my family sometimes in the mornings. My son, Cohen, 7 years old, he had just woken up, and I was flustered getting my older son, Bradley, he's 13, he plays comp baseball.
Oh, okay.
And so I was responsible for getting him ready. Mm-hmm. And in the process of getting ready, I had everything timed out in the morning. I knew how long it would take and what we needed to do. And right before he left, he was like, we had like 5 minutes. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I need new bat tape on my bat." So grip tape, right?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, ugh. Just
why didn't you
flustered,
tell me about this yesterday?
Trying to get it on, make it perfect, because I can't deal with a paddle or a racket or a bat that it's not perfect.
Right.
So I'll unwrap it a little bit and I'll make it perfect. And my other son Cohen kept asking me questions, and I was just flustered, and he felt bad, and so he went up to give me a hug, and I thought he was still bothering me, and so I snapped at him. Oh. And that's pretty common. That's just kind of who I am. I'm really hard on my family. Like, I think a lot of people can identify with, they're hardest on the ones that are closest to them, especially the ones that have installed the buttons. Right. Push, they push your buttons because they install them. They know how to push them, right?
I've never heard that phrase like that, and I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
The family's the one that installs the buttons. Mm-hmm. Huh. So I snapped at him. He was coming up to give me a hug. Aww. And so I used to do that way more than I do it now, right? I worked on myself a lot. So it ended up making I made a full amends to him, and it ended up being really good. That's not the first amends I've had to make to either of my sons, Mm-hmm. So, but that kind of bums you out.
Yeah.
This little innocent kid was trying to give me a hug, and
you're like, get away from me.
Yeah. So
I've told you one more time.
I just did this,
Yeah.
And he hears that, he's trying to hug me, and he hears, and it's like, yeah. So I felt pretty bad about that, but
then the day turned out good with him, and
yeah. The amends process is a really cool thing that I learned, and it's just a lot more involved than saying sorry.
Okay,
right?
let's hear it. Do you mind?
Yeah. That's so in amends, the way that it was taught to me is you tell somebody that what you did to hurt them.
Okay.
Right? So that's how you start, and I like to ask the person if they're ready for me to make an amends, right?
Okay.
Because sometimes people are upset,
right,
and they're not ready for that, right?
Right.
And so I ask, "Hey, can I make an amends?" And then I tell them what I did to them, and then you let them talk. You pause.
Okay.
To hurt them. You tell them what you did to them to hurt them, right?
But do you tell it, so do you confirm, is this what I did to you? Is this what I did that upset you? Or
so you tell them what you know you did.
Okay.
And then and then you let them talk. You let them finish everything that they want to say.
Okay.
And then you ask, "Is there anything else that I did to hurt you.
Okay.
And then you let them talk, right? And in between every question is you don't cut them off. There's no buts. There's no interruptions. You let them talk. And then you ask, how did that make you feel? Or do you need to tell me how that made you feel?
Oh, I like that.
And then you shut up and listen. And then you say, is there anything I can do to make it up to you? And it's just a process where I think that they get to really tell their feelings.
Yeah.
With kids, it's kind of hard because that last question of what.
They're like, I would like one toy.
Yes.
One $300 Lego set, please.
Now we're going to get ice cream at 9 o'clock at night, right? Or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's just something that I've learned that's been really good because I've had to say sorry in my life so much that it just wore out. It just doesn't mean anything.
Right. And I feel like that gives you an opportunity to really understand their feelings and learn what they do need or what would make it better or what. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It works a lot better than anything else.
Yeah, I like that actually.
Yeah, you're helping them grow into well-rounded adults in the sense of especially men that are in tune with their feelings and being able to express them appropriately.
Right. Yeah. Well, even like grown-ups, right? Like I will say like there's been times in relationships, friendships, family, whatever, I'm like, that irritated me, but I don't know why. But then there's no like, hey, you know what, like, why did that upset you? It's like, sorry, you're a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or you know what I mean? Like, just like, yeah, sorry, let's just wash it under the rug. But then I don't even have time to process. And I really like the, like, are you ready for me? Because that's like a big thing. Because if somebody's not able to receive an apology, like there's no point in doing it. Or if they haven't even had time to process how they're feeling, but it really encourages them to process how they're feeling. Yeah. Then have the conversation. And then you're able to understand how they're feeling.
Yeah. I really like that. I'm going to use that. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, that's
good. If that's okay.
And the biggest thing that people get tripped up.
I'm being serious.
Okay, I didn't know.
No, you don't need my permission for sure.
Yeah. No, we're putting this out there. Everybody should steal this. This is really good and good. Like, where did you learn it from? Like, was it taught to you in some capacity?
Yes. So, I have, so in meetings.
Okay.
This is where I learned.
Okay.
And that's what was taught.
I like it. Yeah. So just really quick, the steps again. So you
tell them what.
But you ask first.
You ask first. That's just something that I've added that I
like that.
So you tell them what you've done to hurt them. You ask if there's anything that I've missed, anything else I did to hurt you, and then you ask, how that made them feel, and if they want to share their feelings on that, and then you ask if there's anything that you can do to make it up for them.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to clip that.
And the biggest thing people get tripped up on is explaining my side. If I'm making amends to you, it doesn't matter. It's only how they felt. Yeah. And so if I start reasoning why I did that to them.
Oh, yeah. It negates everything. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. So that was your low.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
What was your high?
So this actually happened a couple of weeks ago that I learned this. So this year in, I think it was February, we had the state doubles racquetball tournament. And I took first with my partner.
Congratulations.
I was very excited about that.
Awesome.
Yeah. And a couple weeks ago, one of my other doubles partners sent me a screenshot of the current Utah State rankings. And I'm at number 1. So I've just been kind of riding that high.
Congratulations.
For a while. So deserved a ride. Heck yeah.
That's so awesome.
So one thing I will say, I'm pretty hard on myself. I don't like to overdo who I am. And but I'm a right side player. And like pickleball, the weaker player is usually on the right.
Okay.
So I was actually playing with a pro. The only pro in Utah.
Okay.
He's ranked, I think, in the top 30.
Well, now there's 2 pros.
Yeah. So I do have a lot of confidence in my forehand in racquetball. I kind of have a weaker backhand that I've always tried to work on, but when it comes to my forehand, I have a lot of confidence. And so it makes it. There's not a lot of people that really like the right side
in racquetball. Okay.
And so I'm really comfortable over there. I love the forehand.
That's
great. I have a lot of confidence and if you ask me, I have the best right forehand in the state. So
the side of the Mississippi.
But
I love that.
Yeah. So I've been riding that high, and it's been fun.
That is fun. Do you make like your wife and kids like address you in a certain way now, like differently? Like,
yeah, where I was putting it all over Facebook. And
I love it.
Yeah,
it's so funny. Like, you will address me as
state champ.
Yes.
It's kind of like when Colin
Number
Johns,
one.
When Colin Johns was ranked higher than Ben.
Oh, for like
that make sense?
Half a second.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
That's so funny. Yeah. I love it. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And I did notice you're wearing a casual Dinker shirt.
That's right. Got to rep the brand.
Yeah, and a kitchen hat.
Yeah.
That's so great. I love it. I wore a casual Dinker shirt down to St. George the other day.
Oh, the drop dink one?
No, I wore the one that. Did you remake it? The mouth?
Yeah.
The Rolling Stones?
Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had it back out or if you had it back out there on.
Yeah, the new remade.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love it. I mean, I like cut off the bottom half because they're too long for me. Yeah, but I have a short little torso, I think. But yeah, so that's awesome. My highs and lows. I'm really tired today, but I had a great weekend. I went down to St. George with a friend, Bonnie, to play in a tournament. It was just the two of us. It was so much fun. We went down Friday night. We didn't get there till like midnight. We were just she had to work Friday, and we just were kind of not in a hurry to get down, and I just wanted to enjoy it. And then we checked into the hotel. It was like I think it was just after midnight. And then we stayed up talking till 3 a.m. and we had to play in a tournament the next morning. So we were not feeling well the next morning. It's like, are we hungover or are we just tired? We were just tired, but it was fun. They did like a round. They broke I think we had, I want to say like 12 teams or something. And so we did a round robin, and then they went into a single elimination bracket, and we won more games than we lost, but we did not medal. So that was unfortunate. And some of the games that we lost, it was like they were great games. It was windy. I'm not going to blame it on the wind. Like we just got outbeat, and that's fine. But it was fun. There were a few people from up here locally that were down there and were supportive and came over and were talking to us and helping us. And so, yeah, I did record all of our matches, which I'm just now remembering, which was a reason why we were delayed in getting started, because I had no memory on my phone. And I was like, why? And now I'm realizing it's because I probably have 5 20-minute videos of me and Bonnie playing pickleball. Yeah. She did like an Ernie, and it was so good. And I immediately clipped it and sent it to her. And I was like, this is so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just like a fun little girls' weekend. And then we went on like a little hike and went to a teppanyaki place. And then what did we do? We had like just fun food, and we went to this great little coffee shop this morning, which was probably like the highlight. Like I loved it. I love little fun coffee shops. Spending time with her was like probably the best part of my week. And
That's
then
awesome.
I would say a down was, I think I mentioned when we recorded on Monday that I had lost a friend who passed away, and just that at work and working through that all week. I've been texting with his wife here and there, and I have to go pick up all of his equipment tomorrow. And so I'm happy to be able to get to see her and give her a hug, but I just hate it. Like, it was just so weird. So he passes away, and then IT was like, hey, can we get his computer equipment? I was like, the guy just died. Can we give it a minute? Yeah. Like, we're not reaching out to his wife right now. Like, can they plan his funeral? It was just crazy. So we have that this week. And then, but yeah, what was really heartwarming is we put out like a collection for at work, and so many people donated. I'm going to put together some stuff and be able to give that to his family this week, which will be really nice. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And so our office just really came together for that. So that was really heartwarming to see too. So I wouldn't say it was a bad week. I had an interview, and I'm hoping to hear back on that.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. So fingers crossed. It's been a while since I've interviewed for a job. Like 3 years. So it was nerve-wracking. It wasn't in person. It was on the phone. So that was a little bit more comfortable.
I've had one of those and it's not as good. Like, I just don't feel as confident.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm pretty confident in talking. So I'm really good at it, you guys.
Fair.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Ask Bonnie. I think she probably wanted to take a nap on the way home today. And I was like, not on my watch. You're going to listen to Destiny's life story for 5 hours. So government interviews are so weird. You get like 3 to 5 questions and they're timed and they literally set a timer.
Oh, that's right.
And so I rattled, but I was myself, right? Like it's really intimidating to go in. Usually you go in and there's a whole panel and it's you and you see this little egg timer and it's like click, 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 click. And you're just like, it's so intimidating. And then they give you the questions 15 to 20 minutes before. So in this case where it was on the phone, it was nice. They email the questions to you. You have some time to look at them. I like had my resume already pulled up so I could remember some scenarios of things I've worked and be able to incorporate it into answering my questions. And then you have to answer every part of the question. Like I've done interviews, so I understand like how, but Air Force is a little different than like DOD is a little different. Where I worked before is different than where I work now and how they do like a matrix for interview. Like it's just a whole process. And I much prefer that because without tooting my own horn, I will typically score, I will get more points on a matrix than I would if somebody was like, well, do we like her or not? And they're like, no. But a matrix, I'm like, haha, I have a master's degree. Haha, I have PME. Haha, I have this. Like, you know, I have experience. You have to give me points for that. I don't know. I mean, obviously they could lower you on some things, but the interview, they'll ask the question, you answer it, and then I always have them repeat it. So this is like, you know, if anybody's listening and they want to know, like, go to interview tips. When you get, remember to have them just repeat the question. And I'm just very honest. I'm like, I just want to make sure I answered every part of the question for you. And so I'll have them repeat it, and I'm like, okay. So it's funny because, and then I'm just myself. So, which I think is helpful. Like I encourage everybody to be that because if you don't get the job, then at least you were yourself. And how can you be upset about that? If you do get the job, then yay, that's a little confidence booster. You were yourself and you got the job. So he was like, okay, is that all for number 3? And I was like, I don't know. You tell me. Did I answer all? Did I do good? And he just started laughing. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I'm just like, if I don't get it, at least I just know I was myself and it is what it is.
So they ask the question, then you answer it, and then you ask them to repeat the question?
I do usually because, they give you points. So sometimes those questions are like multiple questions in one question. They sneak it in there because they're like, oh, you can only have 3 to 5. Can you remember
all of it?
Not always. And I didn't have, so I had them on my phone, but then I was on my phone and I had taken my notes on my phone. And so I didn't have the question, and he was like, okay, so you can do it one of 2 ways. I can ask the questions and then you can answer, or you can read the questions in any order and tell us what your answer. And I was like, when do you speak if I do that? So I made him ask the questions. Otherwise, I feel like I would have just been talking at them for 20 minutes, which is easy for me to do. I'll talk at you all day. But also, like, it's engaging. And so I think another thing is, too, with my experience with that interview versus others that I've either been a part of in the private sector or have been a part of in any other capacity, they've been more conversational, where with some of these interviews that I've done at Air Force, like, it's more like very structured. And then when you are on a panel in the room, like I've been in a room just like this, right? And you have people on one side and then you're on the other, and none of them are looking at you because they're taking all the notes they can, because just in case there's a grievance, they want to make sure they took all the notes they can. You're looking at the top of their heads. So it was kind of nice.
Frustrating.
It's frustrating because it's not conversational. It's not like, tell us about yourself. It's not like that. It's, have you ever had a problem where it was a tough person to deal with, and you know what I mean? Or tell us about a time that you worked multiple projects at once and how did you prioritize your work? I can answer that question like that. Okay. So, because that question is on every single interview that I've ever done. But, it is just interesting because you write and they're just writing, and I talk fast. So then I have to remember, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, calm down. You don't have to speak so fast, but it's just who I am. And I'm like 20 minutes. I have 5 questions. That's 4 minutes per question. And I've got a 20-minute story to tell you in 4 minutes. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So it's just like, I don't know. And so I'll give examples. I always try to do that, right? Like there's this is just my HR brain, guys. So take it for what you will. You're job hunting. So maybe there's a very specific method in how you should answer questions. And it's called the STAR method. And it's situation, task, action, result. So if I was to say, tell us about a time when you needed to prioritize your work and how did you prioritize it while also like managing this project or something. And, and it's, if you think, okay, I've got to have, what I would always suggest to people is go in with already your set examples or know something, right? Like, I'm going to talk about these types of things, or these are situations that I've dealt with at work. Maybe this was a hard situation. Maybe this was something that was something to be proud of or noteworthy. Then you say, okay, I've got this situation. Here's the situation. The situation was I had this tough coworker. He was a butthole to me. It was really hard to work with. We sat right next to each other. And then the action was, I sat down, I talked to him and I said, hey, I'm really struggling. Like, how can we work well together? I'm just by the side of, whatever, seat my pants. And then star STA is action. I guess the action would be that. Like, the task was, I need to figure out how I'm going to make this work with Rob. The action is, hey, Rob, how can we make this work? Yeah. The result is, Rob said, this is what I need from you. I need you to shut the fuck up so I can continue with the podcast and do the recording. And you know what I mean? Like, okay, got it. And the result was, we did that.
And
we were
Kevin
able to.
Talking.
The result was, I said, no, thank you. No, I don't know. So it's situation, like task, action, result, because obviously everything's results, right? Like, that's what leaders want. That's what companies want. They want to see the results. They want to know, even if you had a tough situation, and maybe you, like, one of the questions that I got asked recently on an interview was like, tell us a time when you failed. And I was like, that doesn't happen to me.
That would be hard.
Yeah, it's hard. But so, use ChatGPT, guys, because it'll, like, I put in this thing, but I was like, help me word this so it doesn't look like I'm a fucking loser, And so it did help me kind of reframe it. And then it actually made me feel better. ChatGPT is like the biggest hype girl I've ever had. Thanks, coach.
They should sponsor you.
They should. But honestly, it's just... you could even put your scenario, like if there was like a scenario that you had at work. I know this doesn't need to be an HR discussion, but I know you're job hunting. So if you want some tips, we can do that. Just remember STAR, situation, task, action, result. And I think that's like a good way to frame your responses in interview questions.
Yeah.
I would take notes, but we're being recorded.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll go find it again.
I'll text you. I'll just send you a bunch of stars and you'll remember. Okay, so...
Well, Dylan did bring a notepad and pen when he was on here.
He did. He's so cute. Yeah. We've had some really great guests. And so thank you for being here. Oh, yeah. Let's get into learning about you. Tell us about yourself. How did you get into pickleball?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ben. Ben... He and I grew up together.
Okay.
We played baseball together, and from 7th grade on, and so we actually played in a tournament. We started playing in the summer of 2016.
Okay.
So
pickleball?
No, this is a stint.
Okay.
Yeah. So we played together at the West Bountiful courts, and we played a lot. We kind of had that fire. And then we decided to play in a tournament, but it was kind of last minute. And so we were 3-5. We figured we were 3-5, but the only availability they had was 3-0.
Oh,
and so we went and we were all excited about it. And so we played in our first tournament, and we took first.
Oh, you
in
did?
Our first tournament. So we were pretty excited about that. I know we were
so
sandbagging.
Cool. Yeah.
But that was fun.
I thought you were going to say we got our asses handed to us. Nope. So we were actually 2-5. I don't see either of you guys being 2-5 ever in your journey.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But then, so in the racquetball community at that time, if you were playing pickleball, it was like, how dare you?
Oh.
It's like,
Like if you were a tennis player.
Yeah. And one of my old doubles partners from racquetball, he was the one that gave me the hardest time about it.
Really?
And I won't say his name. Well, he's not
going
to listen
older,
to this. So.
Or is he like the same age as you?
He's a year younger than me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he and I we played at Viewmont High School. We started a club, a racquetball club.
Oh, okay.
And we played, we took state as a team. We went to high school nationals in St. Louis.
Okay.
Wow.
He and I took third in the country in the gold division.
That is amazing. So, I need to come to one of your tournaments.
So you're not new to this whole state champ kind of a thing.
No way. It was juniors. We were,
Hey, don't shrug it off.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Don't lessen it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
wait, you started a club at Viewmont. Is there still a club, or is it a sport? Is it like you're the founding father?
It's the lowest level. So we started a club, and when we left, it died.
Oh, okay.
It was for us. But we had a group of kids that wanted to play, and good little athletes, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay,
it was a lot of fun.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm just telling you about the pickleball. So he hated it. Like, he hated that I was going to pickleball. And so I kind of stopped playing, and then I started playing again, and I can't remember. I think it was 2022 is when I started.
Okay.
And I think it was in like the fall, because we play at the Farmington gym indoor at the King's Court, Farmington.
At like 5 a.m.
Yes. Yep. And so since then I've played, several times weekly.
Yeah.
Since then. But he now is a 5-0 pickleball player.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You don't think he would listen to this?
I don't think so. He lives
You mean
in
5-0 pickleball players aren't listening to this podcast? Every single one of you guys? You can tell us his name later.
In my head, the audience is the people that are up here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's people.
It's very widespread. People listen in another country.
Oh, yeah.
We have one listener in Poland, I think, or something,
you didn't
don't
say
we?
Countries.
I said another country. One other country.
Davis County and one
and
person
Poland.
in Poland.
Wait, for
That's
real?
so funny. There is like somebody in Poland that listened to a couple of our episodes or something.
That's
there are
awesome.
people in like Mexico or Canada too, I think.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the analytics.
Yeah, I haven't looked at them this whole season because it doesn't really matter to me. Even if one person's listening and they like it, I'm going to do it for you guys.
Yeah.
For you guys.
One person.
For you guys.
For you, Kevin.
For you.
Just kidding.
What did Tom say? I got to do the
the
finger guns. There you go, Tom.
There. That's so funny.
So since I started playing pickleball the second go around, I just love it. It's the great thing about pickleball is the area that we live in, there's no shortage in any skill level. And
that's so true.
I think it was, I can't remember exactly what the number is. It's like 35 courts within 5 minutes of my house in Kaysville.
Yeah.
And it's like any time of day that I want to go
I'm
play
surprised
pickleball.
It's only 35.
Yeah, it's probably more.
It
is more since
Kaysville Pickler having 14
14, yeah. And then Barnes has 11, I think. And then Farmington has a bunch, and there's new ones in Farmington.
Yeah.
Plus the kitchen.
So there's a ton, and so there's space and there's people.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and
I feel like
full.
I feel like my League 4-5 group. No, I'm not a tournament 4-5, but a League 4-5.
Yes, you
group.
are. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Duper doesn't say so.
Well, Duper is Stuper.
Yeah.
I think there's a big, and I've noticed this in racquetball too. I think that people often say that they're better than they are. And I don't know if that's because not that they say that they're better than they are, but I think there's a problem where people really go in and play a 4-5 league, and
that's
they're like,
the difference.
well, I took first two out of the 6 weeks or something like that, so I am definitely a 4-5, and then they go play in a 4-5 tournament and they get crushed.
Yeah,
yes,
because people play up in leagues and down in tournaments, and that's where they just get their soul crushed. Yeah. If you don't understand that and you really think that you're playing in a 4-5 league and that you're a 4-5 player, you're probably mistaken. You're probably a 4-0 player.
And I don't know if it's
or 4.25, right?
That's what I am. I think I'm a 4-0 player.
Yeah.
I don't know about solid. It just
but if you played
day.
in 4-0 leagues, you'd be playing with 3-5 players.
Exactly. Right? Because I play well in 4-5 leagues.
You do.
And people are like, "Oh, you're definitely a 4-5." I'm like, "No, dude. I know where I'm at. I'm a 4." Like,
well, I wouldn't say 4. I think you might be like
3-8. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going. So
because that's where my duper's at.
Is your duper a 3-8? My duper went down this weekend.
3-9, something like that.
Who cares?
Went down?
What Brian Lee was on here, the beginning of February, and he's like, how does that change your life? And it
not
doesn't.
at all.
I'm not trying to go pro. I'm not about to be pro. You might be.
Pro in what?
What, I mean, if you're pro in one sport, can't you be pro? Or you're not like
a pro in racquetball.
Bo Jackson?
No, state says otherwise.
The income that I get every year from racquetball will tell you definitely that I'm not a pro.
That's funny.
I know. I seen you guys hold up a few $100, and I was like, "That's it." Like, dang.
But that's
few
such a
$100. You mean like
few
2 20s and a 10?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
$50.
damn.
And they're like,
And then
actually,
we
that'll be a
folded it in
$50 registration
That's
fee.
what I. Okay.
Fold it. It's like fold it in half and hide it so it looks like more money.
That's so funny. And they're like, and don't tell anybody you
Well,
actually had to pay $300 to get here.
Oh, no shit. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
interesting.
but yeah, pickleball has just been such a great, and learning something new has been awesome. You know,
Okay.
for mental health and everything. Like,
Yeah.
you know, going in and thinking, wow, this is a sport that I could be good at.
Yeah.
And then realizing that you're really not good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then having to work through the ranks and
Right.
go up. You know, for the first 2 years that I played, I mean, I was going to be 5 up. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's the only thing. That's the only thing that matters, right? Playing every single day. I was playing 7 to 9 times a week.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was doing that as well.
And that got me into good habits with water because it was so hard to recover. And so I still am in that habit of drinking a gallon of water every day.
1 whole gallon?
So
Every
that's my
single
goal.
day?
Yeah. And so
Jeez.
I probably average 3/4 of a gallon
Wow, that's
a
great.
day.
Yeah.
But I was
That's
desperate
like 15 P's per day.
Yeah.
That's
I have done 1 gallon of water 75 days.
75 hard.
Yeah. 3 times then.
That's crazy.
Or two and a half times. I didn't finish one whole time, but yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
You have to start drinking the second you wake up.
For me, it's having a gallon jug.
Yeah.
I purposely didn't bring it in because I look like a weirdo when I walk
I
around
wish you
with it. And it's the
would've.
only weightlifting I get. So
How much weight
Now-
do you think a gallon of water? I gotta look this up. You ask your question.
Well, so do you use the gallon just for a visual?
Oh,
to
yeah.
see how much you actually drank.
Well-
and like, all right, I have this much left to go.
yeah,
Kind of a thing.
I'm not going math. I'm not doing math. I'm not gonna have
I'm
a
so
small.
stupid, you guys.
I'm not gonna have a small one and then go
I
fill
love
it up.
it. Nope, I
And
love
then-
it. That's
so I
exactly why I was asking. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I do it.
Do you guys want to know how much? This is stupid.
Wait, I want to guess. What? Do
Yeah.
you have
A gallon
the answer?
of water.
Well, you know how much. I was like, I wonder how much it weighs.
21 pounds.
Well, no. It's the same size as George's fish. It's a whole unit, guys. God, no. It's 128 ounces, which equals how many pounds?
Yeah.
Divide by 16, right? An ounce equals 1 pound. See, I'm not as stupid as I look or I act or pretend. I don't
How
know.
many pounds is 1 gallon of water?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, but I can't remember words. How
H-O.
many pounds is 1 gallon? You know what? Somebody listening is like, you fucking idiot.
Probably
It's 8.34 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow, you're lifting big weight.
Yeah.
I do
Heavy
not
weight,
lift.
heavy weight.
I've never
Or what do
been-
they say? Lightweight, lightweight.
Yeah. I've never been disciplined with being at the gym. You know, I'll go for 6 months, I'll do really well, but I'll
Yeah.
eventually fall off. And so
Same.
that's what's great about pickleball and racquetball too, and especially with the opportunity in pickleball is, you know, I've lost weight just from playing, not changing eating habits, not going to the gym, just playing pickleball. I've lost like 30, 40 pounds.
That's so great.
And so and I fluctuate. Sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's 40.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Play more pickleball.
But I just feel so much better, and it's just been such an add-on to my life.
That's so great. I love that. Have you played? Did you play
I haven't
this
played in
week?
2 weeks, so maybe that's what my mood.
Yeah,
swing
that was one of the
is.
questions that I was like, I need to follow up with Rob and see if he's played.
No, I haven't. I
shoulder?
go back tomorrow. I started up. Yeah, my shoulder and elbow. I've been really killing. Well, we played in a tournament together, and then I injured my shoulder, and so I was like, I'll take a week off, but it hasn't gotten any better. So, and I made an appointment last week, and I go on the 28th of this month. So, yeah, that's a long ass
luck.
time
Yeah.
before I get seen by my doctor.
Have you played left-handed?
No.
That's
No.
so hard.
Yeah, I don't even
know
want
how
to
people
attempt
do
it.
that. Clark did
Nick
that.
Peterson.
Oh, did he do that?
Yep. When I was new at the Farmington gym, he would show up, and I was like, what's a 5-0 doing here? And he would play left-handed. He got good.
Because he had like hurt his shoulder.
I think he had a surgery,
Oh, wow.
Oh.
and so he was in a sling.
I remember Clark doing that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. I remember him in a sling and using like his other hand. There's somebody else too that did that. That's great. I
gotta-
mean, it's smart.
That's got to be good for your TUI.
That's got to be good for your brain.
Yes.
Like your brain health.
True.
I would think so, right?
Maybe that's what I should do. Is just join a 2-5 league and just use my left hand.
Sometimes I write my name backwards to see, or I say the alphabet backwards.
Really?
For my brain health.
You write your name backwards?
Sometimes I write with my
Do you
left
write the
hand.
letters backwards, or you just start from the end and go?
Oh, that's a good question. I write the letters backwards.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Huh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just do puzzles
Oh, I do puzzles.
or draw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you draw left-handed?
No.
But you're an artist, right?
Yeah. I would say so. Not a really good one, but I can work my way around a pencil. Yeah.
That's cool. That's something that I've never been able
Don't even.
Don't go there. Destiny.
I'm not going to.
It's so
I knew
appropriate
it.
until then.
I knew it.
You know nothing. I am in HR. I am well behaved. Okay. Okay. So have you had an instance, like, I know you talked about, like, you know, the physical aspects and like losing weight and doing those things and the mental, but like the community. So like, you know, I mean, obviously you listen, you know, we're all about the community. Having people of the community on the podcast is really great and meaningful for us. Like, have you had an opportunity where the community has had to like show up for you in any way? Do you lean on the community?
Yeah. So,
And sorry,
yes,
I want to compare the racquetball community. Like, I would love to
yeah.
hear that.
Yeah.
so it's funny.
Rob's also my hype girl, guys. Did you guys hear? Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
So yeah, so they have their differences. They have their similarities. Like in racquetball, I was a 15-year-old kid going into the high school program, and I call her my racquetball mom. And so Pam Martin, she's actually my doubles partner that I took state with.
Oh, okay.
It's his mom.
Oh, okay.
And she was she was following us around, telling us to pull our pants up, because when we were in high school, sagging your pants was cool. Right?
Okay. So this wasn't a metaphor. Like, she's like, literally pull your fucking pants up and wear a belt.
Kevin, pull your pants up.
Oh, that's funny.
And just the memories like that we have of those people that really, and she came with us to St. Louis, and she was always there. The family's really the racquetball family, which I call my racquetball family, they're really tight knit, and there's not as many people as there are in pickleball.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they, I've gotten business from them. They've been just a huge support system. And I wouldn't say like I'm not somebody who like puts my business out there very much. And so I know that they would be there if I asked for their help.
Right.
Right. And so, and there's been people in racquetball who've been going through a hard time with a death or something like that people do a shootout
together.
And stuff like that. So yeah, it's a great family. But I call my pickleball family is like my mistress, right?
Oh.
So
Okay.
the pickleball has a lot of history. It's like family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pickleball feels more new, and that's the only reason I say that is I feel like I'm cheating on my racquetball family with pickleball. But pickleball, and after I got through the first 2 years of I'm going to go pro or 5-0 or whatever, I really focused on the exercise and the socialize.
Yeah.
That was the most important thing to me. That's what I wanted out of pickleball.
I love that.
And so, yeah, with me looking for a new career, it may still be in mortgages. It may not be. I might stay doing what I'm doing. But I just kind of threw it out there that in that group, and I have a specific group that we've evolved that Kings Court Farmington into.
Oh, okay.
And I play with them every Tuesday and Thursday, and we play in the winters. We play at the kitchen in Woods Cross, and in the summers we play outdoors at Farmington. And I threw that out there in that group chat, and I've had lunch with 2 people already. They've sent my resume to people. Like they care.
That's great.
They care. And like wins in racquetball, I can share with them and stuff like that. So it's a huge thing, and it's that medium of playing a sport with these people that love you and that you love, that you're not sitting down like going to lunch and talking to them. It's you really have something that you're focused on, and they want you to be better players and you want them to be, and everything's vice versa, and it's just It's just a break away from life.
Yeah.
When pickleball's over, I have to go back to real life. But the reason I like playing in the morning is when I go to sleep, I'm like, I get to play pickleball in the morning. That's the greatest thing ever.
It's the only thing that wakes me up. Like if I play, like you guys could ask Bonnie. She had to wake me up this morning. She threw something at my bed. But
I want to see that. Did you record it?
I was like, you should have recorded that. She goes, the look on your face. And I was like, the audacity. I thought something felt, because she was sleeping and she was probably like, bitch, wake up. Your alarm's going off. And I had told her the other day, like joking, I was like, you might have to like even throw something at me. And then she did. And I was like, oh, what's happening?
You told me to.
Yeah. And it was like a package of candy.
I love Bonnie.
I love her so much, but she's like, the look on your face. I thought something fell from the ceiling. Like I was like panicked. Oopsie daisy. Anyways, that's but if I have pickleball in the morning, like I'm up, I'm already in my pickleball clothes, like let's freaking go. So yeah,
it's fun playing in the mornings outdoors, in the spring and the fall. Like it's been cold enough that the rest of that day my teeth are sensitive.
Yeah, we are different. Never mind. We're not the same. Yay, I can't wait to get on the freezing cold now.
And going back outside is so hard. Like, why is the air moving?
Yeah, what is this shiny thing in the sky? What the hell? Yeah, that was this weekend, because it's been a long time since I've played outside.
I feel like you have to hit the ball harder. Like, your drops have to be so accurate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on the wind, obviously.
There was so much wind.
But
when there's no wind.
Even when there's no wind.
I feel like the air's heavier or something. I don't know what it is. And maybe it's just in my head. But
my issue is the shadows that go across the court and then manipulate my eyesight to the ball. It sucks.
Yeah.
Right? When the ball passes through sunshine and then shadow, when it's coming towards you, I hate that because then I can lose track of it.
Yeah, I hate that too.
I'm not a fan of the outside.
The outside.
I do like it, but then I'm like, mosquitoes, like people are like, oh, come to Steed at night. And I'm like, right now I could. But then it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
But also, like in the summer, I'm like, there's mosquitoes out there, and there's
not
a lot.
Bad. I think this year's going to be bad for mosquitoes, and I don't know why. Because
it's going to be dry, so maybe it won't be.
Well, I don't know. Around my house, there's a shit ton of mosquitoes. Yeah.
We had a lot near my house in the fall.
In the fall,
I don't know why.
Yeah, true. That's right. I live right on the Layton Kaysville border on the west side.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. But yeah, it was fun to be outside this weekend playing. I did enjoy that. Being in the sun, I do love the sun, so that was nice. I do not love the wind, and it was pretty windy our entire day, but it was 3 times as windy the day before. I'm surprised they didn't cancel it.
Oh wow.
I mean, nobody wants to cancel a tournament, right? Like nobody wants to do that. Which reminds me, I want to bring up the Memorial Day tournament too.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Yeah. So, but nobody wants to cancel a tournament due to weather, but especially when people travel down south for a tournament or travel up north, like you don't want to cancel it. And so, yeah, it's interesting, but it was super windy. I will tell you guys something Bonnie said to me on the court. And when you said like mistress, this made me think of it. Bonnie, you hit a good shot. She called me a good girl. And I was like, don't do that. I was like, I'm getting really hot and bothered. I was like, don't call me I was like, what did you just say to me? Like right in the middle of the point. She's like trying to stay focused. So I was like, I can't focus right now. It was so funny.
I'm going to use that one next time I play with you.
Yeah. Good girl. She was like, I get mixed up because she's like, I want to say good shot or good job, and then go girl, and she's like, and then it just turned out to be like good girl, and I was like, what? Again, say it again. Anyways, sorry. Again, back to me, guys.
I can't even stand watching the pros with the wind. It's not as fun to watch pickleball with the wind,
right?
And I would think it would be awesome if they could get all those indoor.
Yeah.
The pros.
Yeah. I did watch, and this was years ago, and I can't remember her last name, or even if I did remember it, I wouldn't know how to say it, but she was a pro, and I'm sure she still is playing, but it was Irina
Tereshchenko.
Yes, Tereshchenko or something. Is that how you say it?
I really have no idea.
Irina T.
It came to my head.
And she was like interviewed, and she must have just played like a a tournament in the wind, and she said that she actually always has like 2 paddles because she has one that she plays against the wind and one that she uses to play with the wind.
It's a good idea.
Obviously, like more of a touch paddle when you're playing with the wind, and then more of a hard, a power paddle when you're playing against the wind. So she's like, when we switch sides, I'll switch paddles.
Yeah,
I was like, that's so smart.
That is. Good adjustment to be able to adjust to that. Mm-hmm. Playing with 2 different styles of paddles.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then also, the wind. I mean, that's why I really was proud of Bonnie and I and how we played this weekend, because it, our mental game, I think, was good, because when I'm always like the comeback kid. I feel like I'm always like low, and then it would be a lot easier to win games if you could just get the points first.
Right.
That never happens for me. Like, I have to take the hard road. I'm like, how about you get 10 points and then I'll follow suit?
Yeah.
So it's so stupid. And we were down a couple of games and we were able to come back and win. And I'm like, your mental game has to be pretty good to do that, because it's really easy to like just fall apart, especially when it's windy or the sun is in your eyes and then people are lobbing you because they know the sun's going to be in your eyes. And I'm like, you bitch. I know you know what you're doing. Or it makes me even more mad when they don't know what they're doing and they keep doing it. And I'm like, this girl doesn't even know what she's doing, and she's ruining my day. But yeah, so being outside is fun, but then it's like, okay, I'm over it. Racquetball's never been outside, has it?
So I used to be the outdoor director for Utah.
Okay, now I feel even dumber.
No, don't, because there's no outdoor.
It's never been outdoor, and Kevin's like, my job is.
Yeah. So there were 3 courts. They were long wall. So you can have 1 wall with just painted lines, and then you can have 3 walls. So the 3 walls, sometimes they're short and sometimes they're long. And so we had 40 foot. So a racquetball court is 20 by 40, right? And so normally indoor you have a back wall and a ceiling. And so outdoor you can't hit the ceiling, you can't let it go past you, right? Kind of like in pickleball, you can't let the ball go past you, you're never going to get it, right?
Okay.
And so at Island View Park in Centerville, they used to have 3 courts. And I would run the tournament for a couple years.
Is that the park that's right on the frontage road where now they have pickleball courts?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, so the Centerville Cemetery is right across the street. It's kind of up on the hill.
Okay.
It's relatively close to Cheese Park. So Cheese Park's just up the road. I think
name a restaurant. That's how I'll know.
I think Amanda and Levi mentioned it back when they were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think that's technically in Bountiful. I can't remember, but it's but yeah, they tore those down, and so we don't have any outdoor courts. So I know there's a private one in Utah, and then there's a 1 wall, I think somewhere in Salt Lake. But we don't play anymore.
I don't know how to play racquetball, and I would ask you, but I know how annoying sometimes it is when people are like, "Could you teach?"
Play.
Okay, fine.
Anybody in pickleball that wants to go play racquetball, I would love to. That would be so fun.
You're putting that out here.
Yeah,
hey, you're going to teach us the rules. I'll watch a YouTube video first.
And I would love somebody to like challenge me.
Oh,
because some people I run into that a lot. I run into people thinking, "Oh my gosh, you're not. I could beat you."
And you're like, "I'm the state champion, guys."
No, never say that. In fact, when that happens, I really say like, I don't know, because you don't know how good somebody really could be.
Right. If they're not competing, right?
Yeah.
That's true. If there's anybody listening that would like to challenge Kevin Day
no.
To a racquetball, do you know how to play? Mm-hmm. Are you challenging him?
No.
Ooh, what if we gave you like 2 months of like you to prep?
No, I would play, but I wouldn't challenge you because I know I wouldn't win.
It's really
have some
hard
confidence,
on the
Rob.
For one, he would stand in the middle and just hit corners, and I'd be like busting my ass diving
like he does with pickleball.
Yeah,
you were talking about your backhand and how it's obviously it's different, but I feel like you have a really good backhand at pickleball.
So it was weird. I came into pickleball and my backhand with topspin, because in racquetball you don't put topspin on the ball. It's not advantageous. Yeah. Some people do play with spin, but I was taught that you use the walls. You hit the ball directly into the wall to put spin on the ball.
Yep.
Okay.
And so everything is flat. It's very flat. You want to let the ball drop. If this is the floor, you want to let the ball drop and then hit the ball very flat.
Okay.
Right? And so with pickleball, it was so funny because I came and my backhand was more comfortable putting topspin on the ball than my forehand. My forehand drive, I had to develop the forehand drive, and I still would rather drop the ball than drive it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty inconsistent. I usually drive the ball into the net because in racquetball, you want to hit it low.
Yeah.
And so that stupid net's there. Ugh, I hate that thing.
Oh, it's very inconvenient.
So, but yeah, it's fun to think about, but I don't want anybody challenging me. I don't think that would be very fun. Anybody that wants to go play, I would love to go.
Yeah.
To go, like, show them the rules and play, because the sport kind of needs it. It's not on the up and up. So
yeah, I would love to. I had somebody try to teach me the rules, and I was annoyed with having to wear the goggles. I was like, no, those don't look cute on me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
That's what my wife hates.
Yeah. And I'm like, plus they fog up. Maybe my eyes get hot. Like, why are they fogging up?
I learned to keep them out on the bridge of my nose, and then they don't fog up. And then I have to have a hat or a sweatband, which my wife also hates.
Ooh, sweatband Kevin.
Yeah, it's like 70s tennis player with my sweatband on.
That's hilarious.
Does not look good.
Yeah. I'd say wear the hat.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into some of the more tough questions. Okay. So do you feel like having something like pickleball or racquetball helps kind of feed? I know, like, we're here to kind of talk about your previous addiction.
Yeah.
And so do you feel like those have kind of helped fill the space that maybe your addiction once held? Or did you kind of like, you went from one addiction to the other maybe?
Yeah. So,
at least, well, give us some back history.
Oh, yeah. Maybe
backstory. That's the best way to go.
Yeah, let's
sure.
hear it. Good point, Rob.
I didn't have my first drink until I was 20. It was either 20 or 21.
Say 21 for legal purposes.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Are there cops listening to this?
Who knows? Just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was at college. I was down in at UVU. I can't remember what it was called at the time. But I was in a dorm, and the first time I drank, I had no experience, and so we got grain alcohol.
Oh, right? My God.
What is it called? Everclear.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I got Everclear and orange juice, and some of my buddies went out bar hopping, and I stayed and I was watching TV, and they gave me, and I was like, "How much can I drink?" Right? And they were like, they showed me how much somebody who has a tolerance could drink.
From all their experience.
Yeah. So I drank like, about that much.
Accepted.
Yeah. And I was sick, and I was just throwing up forever. Like, could barely eat bread for the next couple days.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't
Sounds like you had poisoning.
Yeah,
for a couple of days.
They were just trying to decide whether to take me or not.
Oh,
Fortunately,
wow.
I was okay.
That was your first experience?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't drink for a year after that, because every time I would put hand sanitizer on, my face would go green. I was like,
yeah.
Right.
That's a real thing too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got really drunk on military special rum once, and the next morning, like, I smelled it and I threw up, and like, I can't do military special anymore.
There's some things I can't smell either.
Yeah.
People open up a Red Bull, and I'm like, get that away from me. Get it away from me.
And orange juice didn't smell very good after either.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I bet. Mm-hmm.
So that was my first experience, and then I was just kind of off to the races after that.
A year later, meaning like when you were old enough to drink and kind of go out.
Yeah. And so I never really, I would drink socially, but fast forward, and I always kind of drank, but didn't really get bad until I got married. And that was hard, because the honesty is the hardest thing for me. Right. And so, I would, hide it. It was never, and even my wife would tell me like, it's okay. Like tell me, it's not, if you're drunk, it's not that big of a deal, but just don't lie about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Dumbass. Like, just tell me.
Yeah.
And so for like 10 years, I would drink, and she would catch me, and it was like I could go for like 2 years and she wouldn't know, and then she'd catch me, and then that went down to 18 months, and then a year, and then 6 months. And it was, it was bad. And there was a lot of guilt and shame with that. And which there should be. It's not like the guilt and shame was forced on me. Like, it was my choice.
Right.
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 And so I would always hide. And the biggest problem with that, with not being honest about what you're doing is you would, you can't do things. Like, you can't go out and go pick up your kids. Right.
Right.
That's something. If you can't be honest and say, hey, I need you to go pick up the kids.
Yeah, because I'm drunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And luckily, I never got a DUI. That's not something that I think I could have handled.
Right.
But yeah, the grace of God, yeah, I didn't get a DUI. So it was 10 years of hell for my wife, for sure. Now I didn't do any hardcore drugs. Like, I've never, like, those things, and you talked about them on previous episodes with some of the drugs. Like, I am so lucky that I didn't get into those, because that I don't even know, like 2 years with crack is what I think he said.
Yeah.
Was it crack?
Heroin. But
like,
I think
it stays
was
in your system for 2 years, or your brain doesn't recover for 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lucky with that. And then so I got fired from a job once early on with what's called Adderall.
Oh.
So I was abusing Adderall for a couple of years, and when I got fired, I was like, oh my gosh, like, because what happened is that I realized that I was abusing it, and I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore. So I was getting it for what it's prescribed for, right?
Right.
I felt like I had ADD.
Yeah.
I didn't like to study.
So you were
all over the place.
You were prescribed it.
Yes, I was prescribed it, and so the doctor gave it to me. And then after 2 years, I went to the doctor and I told him, like, hey, I think I'm abusing this. Like, I need to not get it anymore, right?
Yeah.
And so that happened, and then it was like 3 months where I just could not work. Like, I had to train my brain to work again, and to think, and to stay on task. And so I got fired from a job for that, and then I haven't touched it since then. Wow! Because it was scary. It was just a traumatizing experience, right? Yeah. So that was like the worst as far as drugs are concerned. But yeah. So, and then I continued to drink, and I continued to not, be honest with my wife. And that's always been the source of the guilt and shame, is the person that I love the most is the person that I'm hurting the most. The person that loves me the most is the person that I'm hurting the most.
Yeah.
The person that loves me for who I am. That's always been the hardest thing. So that's there's not a lot of stories that I have. I don't have some awesome stories about being homeless or.
Well,
wow.
I mean, everybody's
not
journey.
that awesome.
Yeah, it's not. But I see what you mean.
But I do have a question. You said you more or less did it socially. Now, was this like every night you were going out to the bars with your friends and drinking, or were you drinking at home?
You were hiding.
I was drinking at home. I went through some periods where I would tell my wife, and it wasn't every night. Okay. Right? It was enough. It was enough to know that it was an issue. Right. It was affecting my life.
Like when you would drink, you weren't like stopping or something, or it was just.
Yeah.
Were you drinking, like functioning during the day? Did you drink during the day? And.
Yeah, I would during the day. There was a couple of years where I knew exactly when the liquor store opened, and I'd be there, and I would see other people that I've seen before, and I was like, ooh,
Oh yeah. And you're like, oh, it's just for my buddy.
So, and I would, what I would do is I'd have a Gatorade bottle, the ones with the twist.
Yeah.
And you could, it's like nipple. I didn't want to say nipple on a podcast.
I think we've said far worse things.
We've said worse.
Especially Rob. He's never appropriate.
No.
It's hard to navigate the filter on here. But
it is.
I don't.
You're fine.
So it was funny because I I would have two, like, why do you have two Gatorade bottles and why does one Gatorade look watered down? Right?
Like, I don't know what you mean.
What are you talking about?
You're wrong.
Yeah.
You start gaslighting other people.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So, and, you know, when I was doing that, I had a really cool boss at the time who, so this was like 6 months after I had gotten fired. My boss actually lived, my future boss at the time, he lived in my neighborhood. And so I already knew him, and he knew that it was a problem for me. And so I walked into that employment with honesty, right? Like he knew, and he's like, if you ever are drunk, just, you know, don't come into work. Just tell me, you know, I'll figure it out. You can work from home, whatever, you know, whatever it takes. And that was huge because that was my first experience with really being honest, being able to be honest with somebody close to me, right?
And still feeling supported.
Yeah.
So that opens it up.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
For sure. Yep. And that gave me a lot of confidence, right? And not having to hide it from yet another person.
Oh, right.
But I still could not be honest with my wife. My honesty with my wife, I talk about a lot because that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
It's a huge part of it. But yeah, so it wasn't every night. It was usually an opportunity thing. Okay. It was usually if I could.
So can I ask a tough question?
Sure.
When you're not honest with your wife, were you honest with yourself? Did you think you were an alcoholic? Did you think you had a problem? Or because you weren't doing it every night or getting drunk every night, possibly, you were just like, oh, I'm fine. I got this under control. She just doesn't like when I drink and it's not a big deal. Like,
yeah. I was not honest with myself. Yeah, for sure. Cause I was telling myself, and that's very common as people think that they have control over it. Right. Right. And so yeah, so I was dishonest with myself just as much as I was with her, but that wasn't top of mind.
Right.
Until I learned a little bit more about it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not in your right mind when you have like an addiction is like kind of controlling you, right?
Yeah. Right.
So your drinking wasn't really to mask anything. So like our first guest, Nick, he was talking about how he utilized alcohol to get through the tough times. And, you know, he also drank socially, you know, as a military thing. But he did a lot of it just to mask his feelings and kind of be able to get through the day, you know, things like that.
I'm sure there was. I haven't really psychoanalyzed it.
Yeah, that's the right word, I think.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I have a computer if you'd like to Google it. You're going to have to see that I had to Google freaking oil rigs, so.
But I'm sure there was some things from when I was young, the way I was raised, you know, the church that I grew up in. I'm sure that there were reasons. Right. Yeah. I'm sure there was. But it was mostly an opportunity thing. Like I was more of an opportunity. Like I didn't do the drugs because I didn't want to go network and find people like that. Right. I wasn't very good at that. Like I wouldn't go sell something to find enough, you know, a $10 bill to go buy it.
Right.
Like if I had the change and I knew that my wife didn't know that I had that money, then I would go get it.
Did you enjoy how you felt when you were drunk? Like, so it helped me build confidence, right? You know, it's liquid courage in a sense. So when I used to drink a lot, that was one thing, but it also was to mask a lot of the depression and things that I was going through. But looking back at it, when it was more of a social aspect for me, I have some amazing, funny stories because, you know, no awesome stories like, well, I had a salad, you know, kind of a thing. But it was one way to build confidence that I didn't normally have. Yeah. So in that way, I enjoyed how I felt during that time, but obviously for the wrong reasons. Right.
Yeah. So in the beginning, it was fun. It gave me courage to talk about things that you know, and hang out with people that I normally would just stay quiet around, you know. Like it would be a lot easier. This conversation would be a lot easier, you know, those types of things.
Too damn bad, Kevin. I'm just kidding.
But eventually it was every time I drank, I was expecting that. Yeah. And then it was just guilt and shame, right? It was just
like just, a crummy.
I'm a shitty person. Like, And then that always came back to, that's probably a big reason why I wouldn't want to talk to my wife about it, because I couldn't be vulnerable with her. Yeah. So there's that. So yes and no.
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
We have been married since 2010. So 16 years.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah. Met her in 2008. She was a server at a restaurant in Centerville.
Oh,
and I
that's
worked
how you
at
met
the
her?
bank. Yeah.
Okay.
I worked at the bank, and I went over and had lunch by myself one time, and I was like, she has a nice butt.
Oh. Ew. Like, I'm going to need her number.
Yeah. And so I met her she actually was living with her friend who lived kind of down the street and around the corner from where I was living with my parents.
Okay. Oh.
And so we were close. And
Yeah.
she's actually from California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Megan, she's a rock. She's a rock in my journey for sure.
I love that.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, 16 years. I mean, especially going through what it sounds like a lot of your marriage was, or a lot of the beginning of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, good for you guys and for putting in the work and sticking it through, because I'm sure that was not easy for her or you.
I would say it was not easy for me in ways, but she was the one being damaged.
Yeah.
I was damaging her a lot more. She has always had a really good perspective. She had more than enough opportunity and reason. There's nobody that would have said that she made the wrong decision for leaving me. And I don't know. I'm sure she would love to talk about how much she hated it. And
we should have had her on. Next time, Megan.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky.
That's great.
She's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, well, good for both of you guys. I mean, marriage is not easy.
Were you, and maybe this gets a little bit too personal, since your kids are a little older, did you also have that problem when your kids were young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't remember.
Same with mine. So I got divorced in 2015. But during that time, I would get my son during the summer. And I remember drinking quite a lot in the evenings and things like that. And looking back on it, I feel just ashamed of doing that. In front of him, having parties when he was there and things like that, when I know damn well I shouldn't have. I should have taken that time to spend with him and build that relationship, which we did. We still spent time together, but I have a lot of guilt that I probably haven't processed of things that I've done in the past, and I think that's one of them, is being a better father to what I am now. I barely even drink, maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah. That's how my wife is.
It just
I don't
depends.
get it.
Yeah. But
What'd you say?
I don't get it.
How people can only drink once or twice a year? Yeah.
It was more of it for me. It just came to a point to where I was drinking every night. Even when I moved down here in November 22, I still drank quite a bit. I remember drinking and like my legs just felt very heavy, and I noticed that my feet would swell up and stuff. So I was like, that's a concern. So that's when I decided I'm not going to really drink anymore, only on like weird occasions, And the thing that I'm still navigating
like
is
Easter. Like Easter.
Yeah. I'll do it every once in a great while. I'll get really, really toasted with some
Well, you
friends.
went out. I just had to. You're like, only on special occasion. I was like,
yeah.
Easter.
Yeah, Easter. Yeah. That's a special
Religious
occasion.
holidays.
Yeah. But you just threw me
Sorry.
off. Now. Totally
Again, I'm a butthole.
No. But yeah, I understand and I relate to that guilt and things like that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Okay, so how long have you been sober from alcohol?
So I haven't gotten drunk since March of 2017.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
So yeah, it's
just 9-year anniversary then, right?
Yep.
That's
so
great.
9 years. I'm really lucky with some of the solutions that I had, which it came from meetings, it came from sports, it came from my family has been a huge part. Just the obsession to drink has just been removed, and it's and I've had opportunity. Like it's been in our freezer, right, with my wife drinking.
Oh, okay.
It's to the point now where I look at it and I kind of get that gaggy feeling, right?
Yeah. You remember that first time you had Everclear and you're like,
The acid reflux got bad towards the end. And that's not the reason that I stopped, but that's the first thing that comes to mind is the hangovers and the acid reflux. And
I still have mine. I take medicine every morning for my GERDs. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. And alcohol probably contributed to that.
For me, it was huge. It did for sure. And I'll have acid reflux, so I take it as well. I took it before I stopped drinking. But even if I had that stuff, if I was on the medication, I would still get the acid reflux. Yeah. Waking up in the middle of the night, inhaling it is the worst.
Yeah.
So, but the obsession to drink is just not there. It's cool. It's, one of the blessings of not drinking and staying sober is being able to, see it and not obsess over it and think about it. And that's all you think about, right?
Right.
And that's cool.
Was that initially hard since your spouse partakes every once in a while? Was that initially pretty hard?
Well, at first we were nervous about it. We were really nervous. We would we'd make sure that it's out of sight, out of mind, right? And then through the meetings, I've been in and out of meetings, right? And there's so many things that I took from meetings that have helped me a ton. The amends process was one of those.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that again.
Yeah. And in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, it believes, and the greatest thing about Alcoholics Anonymous is it says that it doesn't own the monopoly on recovery. It's open. However you want to get sober, it's one of the coolest things.
I love that.
The openness of the Big Book is what they call it, is something that I think helps a lot of people, right? And even people that don't stay sober, that it helps their life. It improves their life. And so there's a lot of tools that come from that. And one of those is the way that they believe is that the triggers aren't really a thing. Mm-hmm. Like if you want to drink, it doesn't matter if it's in front of you or not. You're going to go drink, right? You're going to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And so, it's not, we found out after a couple of years that with the opportunity, I did not have the desire to drink anymore. And she has it in the house. And I've just never wanted to. And when I think about it, I just get that gaggy feeling, you know, and then it's the coolest feling to be able to see
have
it
control
and not
over it.
Think of it. Yeah.
You've kind of taken your power back, I guess.
Yeah. I know that I did a lot of work for it, but I believe in a higher power. Yeah. And I believe that he took it from me. Yeah. Right. And I contributed to that.
Yeah.
And so prayer and higher power is a big thing in my life. Right now.
I do like what you said about the book on
AA.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that there's no right way to do it. Like, here's some tools to help you and we want to help you. But if you find other tools that help you along the way, then whatever we can do to kind of support your journey in that, addiction, recovery, or whatever, people make of it and whatever their story is, then that's great. Like, I really like that. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity there for people to judge that, oh, well, you're not doing it my way. Like, you think about religion, like, oh, you don't believe what I believe. And then they just immediately judge you. And in this way, it seems like it's like a judgment-free zone. Like, you may not find sobriety in or through these actual steps, right? But you may find it in you may find a 13th step or something, right? And so, or a different avenue, and we encourage that, and we are happy for you, and we're going to celebrate you and in your sobriety. And so I like that, because I think it could be, if it was, and I feel like it could deter people, and people would be like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not religious, or I'm not, you know what I mean? Like
you're
exactly
right.
Yeah, that feels icky. And then, you know what? Screw it. Like if that's the only way for me to find sobriety, then I'm out of here, and I'm just going to remain in my addiction. Right. And so I like that that's like a big selling point, I guess. Right.
Yeah, it creates attraction to the program.
Right.
Yeah.
And to know that, you know, here's this opportunity, here's these ways that we have like statistically found work for a lot of people, but maybe not everybody. And maybe, you know, you have 13 or maybe you have 11 and maybe this one doesn't work for you, or maybe it's a trigger or something, you know what I mean? Like, so I like that.
Yeah. And the AA, they allow like copyrights to it. Right. And so people, religions, you know, they can take the 12 steps and create their own programs and make changes where they to fit. I have a problem with that. Like, I mean, I don't care.
Right.
But I think that there's some flaws with that. Let's say that. Which I think when somebody goes into a 12-step program, there needs to be the openness, right? There's, you know, the third step has to do with a higher power, and the openness of a higher power is a huge thing, because a lot of people grew up in a religion where that's traumatizing and may be part of the reason that they drink.
Right.
And so if you can have your own understanding of a higher power, whatever that looks like,
right,
that's a huge thing.
Right.
And I grew up in the church, and my ability to redefine my higher power was a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people get hung up on that, on the higher power thing.
Yeah.
And it's hard. And if they just keep working it, they usually get to the point where they understand where that higher power that you grow up with does not have to be your higher power right here. Right. And that's something that's really stuck with me.
Yeah.
Is my ability to, to have faith in that. Right.
Yeah. I think that's really impactful, actually, because I do think, especially where we live, right? We live in Utah, and when you say the church, we all know what the church is. And so I think, and then you have so many people in the community that come and go from that, or, and probably struggle. I can't speak for that myself. I didn't grow up in the church. I did not grow up religious. And so, it's something I'm actually pretty ignorant when it comes to. And so I do feel for people who have that trauma behind it and are still searching for what that means for them. And I think that sometimes it's something that I'm like, well, wait, what direction am I like, should I believe in something or should I not? Or, and it's like, you know what? I'm not going to overthink this. Yeah. So I'm a good person.
Do you remember if there was any defining moment or point within your addiction that you were like, okay, I really have to stop?
I know exactly what it was. So I woke up one morning getting ready for work, and there were divorce papers on the counter.
Dun, dun, dun.
So they weren't filled out, but for some reason, seeing them was something where, like, okay, I need to try again. I don't know if I'm going to be successful, but I need to try again.
Yeah.
Right. And so, yeah, that was one that really did it.
She kind of just left them on the counter and then went to work. On the counter. She's like, here's your sign, buddy.
Yep. And so I don't know.
When you say try again, does that mean that you try again? Like, did you try to get sober from alcohol previous times and then you would kind of hide it maybe, or? Yeah.
So as soon as I started feeling realized that it wasn't working, right? Because it's a solution.
Right.
I can't figure out in my own head.
Right.
So it's an easy solution, right? And as soon as that went away, where it stopped working, I knew it was something that I needed to do, and then I would go to meetings, and then I wouldn't want to be in meetings, and I would try other ways, and I just, I'd try to drink beer only, and trying all the tricks in the book, right? But yeah, now I've lost the question. Wait, what were you saying?
Your defining moment?
The defining moment, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So for some reason, that visual just stuck with me. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of losing someone that close to you and your partner and things like that.
Biggest support in my life.
Yeah.
Right.
That's scary. And it's the massive wake-up call.
Yeah. And I'm not going to put anything in your head or your mouth, right? But I know for me, I've been divorced twice, and you feel like a failure. And I mean, I did. Nobody gets married to get divorced. I don't think. I really truly don't believe that people are like, oh, I'm going to get married so I can get divorced in 3 years or 9 years or whatever. And so I felt like I was failing. And so I imagine if you were already feeling that way you feel like, you would say, it's like you drink and then you feel like crap. You feel like you're just like, I'm not going to put words in your mouth or anything, but you mentioned how you felt. And then also on top of that, like, I also couldn't make my marriage work, like that has to just feel like shit. And so, because I know getting divorced feels like shit. And then I can't imagine also not being able to have control over something of that nature, right? Like, so.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't feel like you're putting words in my mouth at all, for sure.
Well, good for you for kind of, like I said before, taking your power back from that disease and being able to make your marriage work. You've been married for 16 years. That's a really...
Thanks to her, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you too. I mean, right, yes, thanks to her, but you also put in work and she stuck through and she supported you, and that's huge, right? Yeah. Like you said, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. Like you might be somewhere, but it wouldn't be married to her probably, right?
Probably wouldn't have gotten sober.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. And so, yes, thanks to her, that's great. But also give yourself some credit too.
Yeah.
It's tough to take credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a simple thing it's a simple process, but it's very hard to do.
Right.
Right. There's a lot of work that goes in, but don't take the first drink, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So do you have to kind of remind yourself every day? I think some of our other guests have mentioned that before, like every day it's like, I'm waking up today and choosing to be sober. Like, is that something, or because you said you just don't really have the cravings, has there been times, or how long did it take for you to get to a point where you didn't really have those cravings and maybe it was like just a day by day thing, or does it still continue to be a day by day thing?
Yeah, it's one day at a time.
That was what it was. One day at a time.
Yeah,
right.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
So it's hard because it's really easy to future trip. It's what if this happens tomorrow?
Right.
Why I regret what happened yesterday, but staying in today is the way that the best way to go. Right.
Yeah.
Your presence of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, because like depression lives in the past and anxiety is the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where like.
Yeah.
Why are you rolling your eyes?
No, I wasn't rolling. It was just like
a realization.
Realization.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Like it is like a weird realization. Yeah.
I've got 1 foot in the future, 1 foot in the past, and I'm pissing on the present.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can stay present, that's, one day at a time, that's what that means.
Yeah.
Is if I can just be good today. And morning meditation, an evening review are all tools that I've learned, and I am not good at doing that consistently, but I work very hard. And again, like if I go for a while without doing that, the best thing to do is to, tonight I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I'm here today. And then when I get up in the morning, I can get up 5 minutes early and I can do a morning meditation. Right. And so, those are things that help you stay present.
I like that. Yeah.
The presence of today.
Meditation. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've tried meditation and it's not for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to do something, but my therapist tells me every week, how much should you be meditated? Or every other week.
Maybe
it's
I just
hard.
haven't done the right meditation.
Well, I have to do guided meditation, especially when I'm feeling anxious. I have to, because I can't. I'll just sit there and I'm like, I'm not meditating. I'm just freaking spiraling today. I think for me, I'm not well versed enough in it to just sit in my own do my own meditation, but I have to do a guided meditation. And they have guided walking meditations that you can do where it's like feel the ground underneath you, like where it puts you present, right? And so smell the air, look at what colors are around.
Well, what do you do?
So there's some things. It could be anywhere from prayer to just being present.
Okay.
Right. Practice being present. Prayer is a big thing in my story. Mm-hmm. And it's hard because everybody has their own way of spirituality or meditation. And the best practice that I've learned is I've heard a ton of different ways to meditate whether it's guided meditation, whether you're out on a run and you're whatever. I don't, some of it doesn't make sense to some people, makes sense to other people. But mine is sitting in silence, and thinking about your day and your intentions for the day. And I'm very, very dependent on a higher power is what really brings me peace throughout the day, and helps me a lot.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad you have that.
The best thing, and I'm not the best at it. That's the thing is I know it's something that's good to practice, and it's really helped me a lot. But I don't think that there's like anybody that would hold one way against you versus the other.
No.
Like just practicing
Something
it,
works
whatever
for you.
way that works for you. Some people it's just silencing the mind, right?
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about myself and the way I think because I had a problem with sleeping when I was younger. And I would just practice turning my brain off so I could go to sleep. And I don't have a huge problem with sleeping, but it would take me like an hour to fall asleep versus my normal 10, 15 minutes.
Wow.
I know people struggle with that. And so I kind of had practice with meditation and just clearing my mind with that. And the clearing the mind also helps in sports too.
Yeah.
If you have the ability to do that, that's a huge benefit with pickleball.
I do like a couple of little mental resets that work, that most of the time work for me, depending on the day I've had.
It's that kitty song, right? The little cat song.
The soft kitty.
Yeah, soft kitty.
Warm kitty. Did you watch Big Bang Theory? Oh, it's
Yes.
so good. It's so good. And I swore I would never sing on this podcast, and there I did it.
Big Bang Theory.
Words. It's so good.
Yeah, the practice is way more important than the perfection of it. For sure.
I would agree with that. Because there's I'll do like a little meditation, and then all of a sudden my brain veers, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to Walmart, and I gotta do this, and I'll hurry and write that down to get it out, right? And then I'm like, okay, start over. Or some days I don't start over, and I'm like, it is what it is. You just have to bring yourself back present, and that it is hard.
It's very hard.
When I feel like it's exactly like you said, I know what works for me. It's a matter of doing it.
Yes.
I'm like, I need a nighttime routine. I need a morning routine. I know that will work for me. Guess what? I don't do that. I don't do it. I even so it's just
makes me. This came to mind is I go to work pretty early. I get to work by 6:30, and there's usually no one there. And I love that. And I've always kind of done that. I've always showed up early before anyone gets there. That way I can just process what the day is going to be like to a degree. And I never even thought about meditation. So maybe that's what that really is I like to go there and just get my coffee, and relax a little bit prior to the start of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideally, that would be nice. I'm like you. I'm not a morning person. So I'm the latest person that starts in my entire office. And I'm okay with it. And, but I'm the last one there. And so that's really nice because I kind of have my quiet time then before my evening starts. Because I have busy nights.
Yeah.
I should clarify. That sounds really bad.
Very busy person.
Yes, I am, and I enjoy that. Yeah. But then it sometimes it's chaotic.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm okay, before I go into traffic and before I get home, and then I have to get ready for pickleball, and then so all the fun things, or hanging out with friends, or whatever. Busy. I like to stay busy. I love it.
Baseball started last week, and so my evenings are just chock full of practice and games and we spend a lot of time in the backyard throwing, and we have a little portable mound.
Oh, that's fun.
So they like to go pitch to me. My oldest is making my hand hurt when he pitches to me now.
Funny.
Which is
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah, I wish I had that with my boy. I played 8 years of baseball, and my son's just not into sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I played second base and center field.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fast.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. Yeah. But I wasn't very good at batting.
Neither was I.
Yeah.
I was a decent pitcher. That's all.
I pitched one game, and then they're like, nah, No, you just stay on second base. Yeah.
It's funny.
But yeah, it's weird not having a kid or having a kid that doesn't like sports. Yeah. It's like, what'd I do with you? You know, kind of a thing. It's like,
yeah, he was not into, he was more creative. My oldest, he was more creative. He was really played a lot of video games, which I didn't hate because I like video games too. But one year he decided he wanted to play. We were actually want our kids to try as many sports as they can.
Yeah.
And he really liked it that one year. The second year, this was the first year of kid pitch. He didn't get a hit all season. And it was really cool to see because that was hard on him, right? But you could just see a switch flip. And he was just like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he worked. We got to have a golf net that we have that we've converted into a baseball net. You know, it works the same.
That's awesome.
And he got a tee, and he just worked and worked and worked, and he's not the best player out there, right? But
he's like the hardest worker.
He is a very hard worker. My youngest is the athlete.
Yeah.
He's and they're both athletes. They're both really good athletes.
Right.
But my oldest is the one that
he
works.
He has to work hard for it.
And he plays pickleball.
Oh, does he?
And
oh wait, I have seen. Yeah, I've seen your kids there before. Yeah.
Yeah, he subbed once for Davis.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
oh, cool.
As a 7th grader. So
oh, okay.
Hopefully he sticks.
Wait, I didn't see that. I've just seen you at the Pickler, like at the courts with them. Yeah. So I didn't realize he subbed in the high school, like on the high school team. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
He loves it. He's begging me to get up early in the morning. It's not good weather this week.
Yeah.
So every Sunday he's like, "Are we gonna go up, go play, and get up early?"
That.
He'll get up at 4:45 and be to the courts by 5:15.
Dang.
In the morning.
Mm-hmm. That's when we start. Yep.
You're also not a morning person, though.
I'm pretty grumpy, but with the playing pickleball it's the game, right? Mm-hmm. I get to focus on that, and there's a lot of times where I'm playing, and I think we all have different a range of emotions when we're playing,
right?
Sure. And the focus on that sport is something that kind of resets.
Yeah,
resets the mind.
Yeah.
know?
I will say I'm not grumpy in the mornings. I just stay up so late that it's very hard for me to wake up in the mornings. I'm a night person. I feel like I'm more productive in the evening.
Yeah, I'm just mean. My wife's done all the research. Apparently testosterone's highest in the mornings.
Oh.
So she has a reason. This is why you're such a jerk. You're
I actually read that women's hormones obviously operate on like a 28-day cycle, but men's work on like a 24-hour cycle.
Oh, cool.
And so when she says like your hormones are highest in the morning, it's because you're operating on a 24-hour cycle.
That fits right in, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Well, yeah, cool. All right, so I think I did have one other question. What is something that you wish people understood about addiction, or, if they do have a family member or friend that's going through trying to get sober? Like what advice or something you wish people understood?
Yeah, I think it's huge. The big book of Alcoholics Anonymous is a really good and can kind of bring a lot of peace, whether it's you or a family member. Is something that there's so many tools, right? And it's easy. You can get it. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. You know? And just to read that, and there's even a section to the family.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and then Al-Anon.
Yeah. I was just going to bring that back up.
And the hardest thing is the program is really about the individual. Right. It's fixing it's not how am I going to fix this other person?
Yeah.
Right. How am I going to control this other person? Because that's not going to happen.
Right.
Right. So, family of alcoholics can work on themselves. That makes life a lot better and allows the addict or the alcoholic an easier path, right? To getting sober. So that's something that I think is kind of hidden until you get there and you realize I'm going to work on myself to make it easier for myself or for another person. That's something big that I think people don't know that can help
that's actually really good advice. Is like, just work on and then you kind of by way create that safe space for that person too, right?
Yeah.
That's really good advice. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
Did you have any other questions?
I don't.
Do you have anything else you want to share?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh,
I think this has been so fun. I really love your podcast.
Thank you.
The worst part of my week on a consistent basis is when the podcast is over and I have to mow the lawn without listening.
Or we
to
take
you
a
guys.
long break.
Yeah, I was so sad when you guys are doing what? How dare you?
You're living your lives. No, thank you for listening and thank you for being so supportive. And for you guys that don't know, Kevin was he was our only sponsor season 1, aside from Casual Dinkers, Rob.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for doing that. Thank you for believing in us and joining us. And thank you to Megan for, being so supportive to you, but also being on here and kind of sharing some of her feelings. And I didn't say that to George's wife last week, but thank you to Natalie as well, because I know it's not always easy to put yourself out there. You have to be vulnerable. Like you mentioned, you had a hard time doing that with your wife, and to do that for us, for the podcast, for the community, in a way to hopefully give back to someone in need. Or, I'm sure there are people that can resonate and people that we possibly play with that we don't even know might be struggling. And so I think this is great, and I really appreciate you. And thank you. Yeah.
Some
good.
Super strong women. Yeah. In the last two, your wife and George's wife.
Learning about your guys' wives and home life. It's interesting. I think it's just a good reminder for all of us to know, like, you don't know what someone's going through.
Oh, 100%.
And just be kind to each other, guys. But I think so. I will say one other thing, sorry, before we end. I had a friend that was kind of telling me about some pickleball the other day, and she's like, so-and-so showed up and wasn't in a good mood, and I don't know what's going on. They were just, and she's kind of, bitching about this person, which, it was because this person usually isn't in a bad mood. And she's like, I don't know what was going on. The whole vibe of the whole night was off. Everybody was like crazy. And I was like, maybe she got I think this is the part we forget. It's like they're humans. We're humans. We have human emotions. So you could have a bad day at work. You could also, I remember showing up so many times to pickleball after a fight with my ex, or, another week of not speaking to me. And it was like, now I got to go put on a good face at pickleball. And then also realizing, like, this is my community and this is my family outside of my family. This is where I should feel okay to be myself. And then I would leave there and I'm like, oh, that was such a bitch to that girl on the court. Or, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel bad but I know at that time people understood, like, you had a bad day. And I think we just need to remember that if someone's not being themselves, A, let's check on them. Let's ask them how they're doing. But B, like, just have compassion for the fact that people have their human emotions, and they have things going on at home or at work or whatever. Maybe somebody cut them off on the way to pickleball and then they're all flustered, or maybe their car didn't start and they went late for pickleball or whatever. But I think it's like a part of the book 4 agreements to not take anything personal. Hard though. It's so hard. It's so hard, but it's, there are so many times that I'm sure I wasn't in a good mood and somebody walked away and like, what the hell is her problem? And it's like, don't take it personal. It had nothing to do with you. My husband's mean to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
I've had times where I was just in a bad mood at pickleball.
Yeah.
And then I've put in the group, I'm like, sorry guys.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Nobody even noticed. It was only you.
You didn't say a word. Like, you're fine.
Plus, you're like the nicest person. Kevin's like, probably like, I forgot to tell that person, have the greatest day ever.
And the other thing is when somebody is like that, like, that's part of the family of pickleball, right? Like, we're there for each other, and we can let somebody be grumpy while we're playing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And whether that's ignoring them or checking on them,
right,
or just ignoring, I should say, give them space rather than ignoring.
Yeah.
But being open to help them while they're at pickleball, this is their escape, right? And that's hard to do sometimes, but
it is hard.
You got to give them, the opportunity to work through their stuff.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, not taking things personal is so hard for me because I think the world revolves around me, apparently. And so I'm like, oh, everybody, I don't know.
Getting Nasty Nelson. That's personal.
They must have done that on purpose. Zach, Nasty Nelson me. No, you know what I mean. It's just a good reminder. Like, the world does not revolve around us. Somebody can be in a bad mood because they have something going on elsewhere, or they don't. Or maybe they're at the 23rd hour and their testosterone's low, you know, something. I don't know.
We don't need to have the good reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Or you just had like you feel you're in a funk, and it's like, oh, Rob's weird. Maybe is he mad at me? Is he mad that I didn't do more for the podcast? I'm just kidding. Anyways, I think it's just a good reminder. And but anyways, back to you. Thank you so much for joining us. This was great conversation. I appreciate you, your story. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for feeling vulnerable and being vulnerable. And if anybody wants to challenge Kevin on racquetball, Rob, you have 2 months.
2 months.
Train up.
If anybody wants to go play, let me know. I would love it.
I'm going to play. Okay. All right. Talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.
Yeah.